Namaskar. So it gives me great pleasure to be with you all. It is always a great tonic for me to share my views on meditation and allied sciences whenever opportunity arises. About meditation, you have very many times very good exposures. Bhagavad Gita says, Yam labdhva chaparam labham manete nadikam tatha tasmin sitona dukkhena gurunapi vicharlete. It means you have to do just one thing. Forget other things. Simply one thing. And you must be very happy. Just one thing? Yes. And that one thing is something we have to have absolute joy. That is prasad in Bhagavad Gita, it is known as. Absolute joy is not relative joy. The joy we often feel, experience all the times. It is absolute because it does not need any object and it is self-existent. Now, if you have such joy achieved, no other thing is required. What is this? Objectless and self-existent joy. Now you must be thinking, yes, we have heard this, but what exactly this is? How to achieve? Yes, Bhagavad Gita says you have to do just two things. Attachment and antipathy should be kept at bay, at distance. And you have absolute joy. Absolute joy is the very identity of yoga and meditation. It is the only identifying feature of yoga and meditation. But many people do not emphasis, they don't put emphasis on this for whatever reason. Now, how to have this attachment and antipathy to be kept at bay? That is the main problem now. Now we have to have the analogy of Kathopanishad, whereby this body is likened to a chariot. Our five senses are just like five horses of that chariot. And the rein, the lagam, is mind. I'm not quoting the Sanskrit words for want of time. And then the buddhi is sarathi. Buddhistu sarathim vidhi. Mana pragramevacha. Mind is lagam. And buddhi is sarathi, which can control mind. In yoga, we give emphasis on stability of buddhi. Buddhi means intellect, not intelligence. We give emphasis on this, not on the mind. Mind control is not there in yoga. For obvious reasons, because mind is a very disturbing or disturb-producing agency. So what we do is, mind is a very good medium, sankalpakatva manaso lakshanam. Without that, we cannot even meditate also. But then it needs to be calmed down. And therefore, Yoga Vasishtha says, Mano prashamano upaya yogo ityabhidhiyate. That means the technique, the method of calming down mind is yoga. Now the question is how we can do that. Yes, in yoga, everywhere, whether we have any mantra or everywhere, the emphasis is given on the stability of buddhi. Gayatri mantra. Dhyo yo nah prachodayat. Om sahana vavatu sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karvavahe tejasvina vadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Everywhere, buddhi is very important. Now, how to make our buddhi or intellect stable? That is the question. Because when buddhi is strong, then only it can hold the mind, that is the lagam of that chariot, very well. And therefore, we need to make our buddhi stable. That is the whole message of the whole yoga philosophy, yoga message. That is the message. And now, how to give food to the buddhi? You cannot give food to mind, lest it will become a better monkey. Mind is like a monkey. Therefore, we need to give stability and strength to buddhi, that is intellect. How? Yoga is the science which is having Sattva-guna fully ingrained into it. So Sattva-guna is the food for buddhi. And therefore, all yoga practices, including meditation, would be a great food for buddhi. How to give great food, we have seen. But then at the same time, it should be in good liaison with the Atman, the soul, which is the owner of the chariot. And now the question is how we can do that. We have to give Sattva-guna by way of different techniques. Here afterwards, I will little bit speak about the preparation, mental preparation. Shankaracharya has said we have 5 main methods whereby we can make our mental set quite fit for meditation. Mental set. Yogasya prathamam dwaram vanga nirodha parigraha nirasha cha niriha cha nitya ekanta shilita. 5 things before embarking on meditation, or for that matter, any practice of yoga, you have to, what you have to do? You have to have these 5 things in your mind at least running very well. These 5 things are, number 1, check on your verbalization in your mind. In usual times also, we should not speak much. Much blah blah is prohibited. Whatever is required. Second, we need to have minimum belongings whenever we are into meditation. Unnecessary hoarding of the things would entangle your mind into those things and would interfere in your practice. The third, we should not expect anything from anybody. If you expect too much from this workshop, it is not that good. And the fourth one is, do not depend on anyone. Hamara pair, hamari stability, this is me. So self-dependence is most important message. And the fifth one is, as far as possible, we have to remain in mauna, shanta, observe silence. Wonderful preparation for meditation would be Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga is simplified meditation technique. There are 79 different methods of Kriya Yoga available, including Lahiri Mahashaya's Kriya Yoga. In Kevaladhama, we have a tradition of particular kind of Kriya Yoga, whereby we have Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar, Pranidhan having the base. It is the base for all Kriya Yoga practices. Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishwar, Pranidhan. It means you have to prepare yourself psychophysiologically, psychophysiological conditioning, that is tapas, and Swadhyaya means focusing, and Ishwar Pranidhan means accepting realities around to be in cognizance of all kinds of realities around. Now for tapas we have Om recitation. For tapas we have Anulom Vilom Pranayama. And for Om Swadhyay we have Om recitation. And for Ishwar Pranidhan we have Gayatri Mantra. Now you must be thinking, what is new about it? Yes. The new is we don't normally recite these properly, particularly Omkar and Gayatri Mantra. Now Kriya Yoga, it does two things. Whatever problems we have in our life and we would be having in future, they all are dependent on kleshas. Kleshas means these five. What are these? Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesh, Abhinivesh. You know it. Now it attenuates and enfeebles these kleshas, which are the very root cause of all kinds of problems. You know that some people, those who are not much intelligent, but they go ahead because they have less of kleshas. While very intelligent person may suffer in his life because of more of kleshas. So attenuation of klesha is done through Kriya Yoga. Second thing, it prepares you for meditation. So this is a long-term preparation. So just one round of Kriya Yoga daily would make you prepared for meditation. That means 10 rounds of Anulom Vilom Pranayama, followed by 10 rounds of Omkar, followed by 10 rounds of Gayatri Mantra. Just very, very vital. Now Anulom Vilom Pranayama, here we have different impulses in the body. So that is all interoceptive. That includes visoreceptive and proprioceptive impulses. They lead us to enhance sensory feedback. Means we become aware of the body as more and more, deeper, subtler. But we stop there. We should not. The same thing is done by Anulom Vilom Pranayama there. Now, Omkar would stimulate our parasympathetic ganglia on both the sides of our spinal cord. And because of that, there is a parasympathetic shift, and so abstract awareness is more there. That means awareness is enhanced. Now, Srimad Bhagavat says how to recite Omkar, but we do not recite this way. For example, the sound of Omkar should be as tender as the fine capillary of the lotus stem. Now, it is Ritya Vichinnam Omkaram. Heart region should get vibrations. Heart region. Oh, if you put your hand here, oh. And when you come to Makar after 3 seconds, because we need to give much more time to Makar, because vibrations are there and they work wonder. They start sensory feedback because the whole awareness, the vibrations throughout the whole body. So this thing is in Srimad Bhagavat. Bhagavad Katha, we often listen to, we watch on the TV. At this moment also, maybe in Sanskar channel, you have Bhagavad Katha going on. But somehow, I don't know, I don't want to comment, but somehow these people do not speak about this very important thing as to how to recite Omkar. You can draw your own conclusion why they don't do. Well, this is the best thing available in, one of the best in Srimad Bhagavat. This is our tradition. Nitya Vichinnam Omkaram. Vichinnam. Heart region should get vibration. Omkaram. Ghantanadam. The Ghantanadam means the bell. When rung once, it tapers its sound. Tan. Visonavad. At the end of the Omkar, it should be very tender as the stem of lotus flower from inside. I repeat, as tender as the inside part of the lotus flower from inside, which is very tender. So Makar should be that tender towards the end, particularly. So all three things put together, we have Omkar like this. Remember, there can be no bigger yogi than Lord Krishna. No one can cross sword with him. He has recommended this while speaking to Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavad. Uddhava has asked one question, "O Lord, how to enter into meditation?" He says you have to prepare yourself through Omkar. So Omkar would give you tremendous, wonderful preparation for entering into meditation. That is Dhyan. And so Dhya and An-Dhyan, that is roughly translated, it is devotional, blissful longing. That means experiential aspect is there. So we need to keep in mind, without bhava, you can't go ahead in meditation. So in meditation, first we have bhava. Na chabhavyata shantir shantase kuto sukham. Bhagavad Gita says. First we have to have bhava or feeling. In Marathi also we always say that bhava tosi deva. So, but then it is equally important to go beyond bhava. And that is there in meditation. So in the beginning, bhava would come whenever you meditate. Problem, discomfort, maybe sweating, and thoughts, and you are disturbed. But you should not stop. Continue with it. And then the graph would go to the peak, and then there will be a curve, and then flush out take place the same way as we see in any siphon. But we don't allow problems to go to that extent, to the curve of the siphon. That's very important. So this way Omkar should be recited. And then the effect is wonderful. It's not for nothing Lord Krishna has given this technique. We have to keep in mind just 10 rounds of Anulom Vilom Pranayama, and that you know, I think everyone. And 10 rounds of Omkar this way. You can compare. Whenever you recite only Omkar this way, you find lot difference. After all, this is the technique recommended by Lord Krishna. Only offering puja will not help. Whatever he says, we have to. Now, many people would say that there are many types of Omkar. Every Omkar is good. No. For meditation's sake, this Omkar is best. That is what Lord Krishna says. Now, this is Gayatri Mantra. Here again, we make mistake. In mass media, in fact, are going against the basic tenets of mantra recitation. They say, Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo No Prachodayat. This is very, very popular CD, but it is not correct. How? This is Veda Mantra. In Veda Mantra, all 3 Vedas, we have Gayatri Mantra except one. All the 3 Vedas. Now it says, there are, the line, which is perpendicular line, which is horizontal line, you might have seen. So here we have Om Bhurvah Swaha. This line is going upward. This is Udatta Swarit. Udatta. And Tatsaviturvarenam Bhargo. See, line is there, so we have to raise your voice. Bhargo Devasya. Devasya is wrong. Devasya Dhimahi Yo Na Prachodayat. So this is very important. With Gayatri Mantra, we have already spoken about it. Could be the spiritual points are stimulated in the brain, and therefore wonderful effects are seen. Not only for, depressive cases, depression, endogenous depression. For example, one woman was having shattered life with endogenous clinical depression, and just within 2, and she was not speaking at all, not taking her own care in any way. Just 2 months of this, 10 minutes of Kriya Yoga, and she started speaking. And next 2 months, she started taking her own care. And next 2 months, completely free, she became of the depression. Can you believe? But it is true. Now here, spirituality. This is Satchidanand. Satchidanand. Sat means total security, comprehensive. Whenever we have complete security within, and whenever we have knowing stance developed and maintained, and whenever we have Ananda, that is absolute joy, this is Satchidananda. And then we feel Mukta Swarup, total freedom, and then Isha Swarup, that is, we are good, but we want to make others also good. That is, be and make good. Now the first three would give you comprehensive awareness. The last two would give you comprehensive freedom. And this is nothing but holistic well-being, that is yogic well-being, and it is spirituality. Qualitative effect. Now we will see that in lying down posture, Shavasana can be done. In lying down posture, also meditation can be performed or felt. Both. Now, what are the difference between the two? So we had undertaken one research here in Kevaladhamma, and we found such results. Some of them are here. Results are here, even though I have not taken here the quantitative results. I will just explain you what they are. Cellular health is improved through meditation in a tremendous way. Health of the cell. And therefore, the corona would think twice before entering your cell. Remember. So meditation is such a powerful thing. Also, Shavasana would do the thing, but then better than Shavasana, we have meditation in lying down posture. I think your eyebrows must be raised, at least from within, if you are not showing. In lying down posture, meditation is possible. Yes, Shiv Samhita says so. Uttana Shayane Bhumo Saptva Dhyayat Nirantaram Sadhya Shamavinashaya Swayam Yogi Vichakshana. So, immediately when you have meditation done in lying down posture, all kinds of tiredness would go away instantly. That's what Lord Shiva says in Shiva Samhita. In meditation specific qualitative effects we have seen lightness, freshness, peace and blissfulness, sleep and concentration better, angerlessness, problem solving ability enhanced. These are actually with me. Anybody can see the results are with me, the responses are with me. Catharsis of body and mind, cleaning, confidence and courage enhanced, unique energy and sensitivity, natural thought control without consciousness. You cannot say, no, I will stop my thought. Impossible. But automatically they get controlled. And now, as against this, Shavasana. Blankness, half sleep state, trance-like state, trance-like, but it is not transcendental. Natural relaxation and stability, lightness and freshness. Almost all people have spoken these things only. But in meditation, it is transcendental effect. That is my message here, or the message of this research here. Now, we have seen what it has to do with emotional abilities. We had standardized tests done on emotional intelligence, very comprehensive test. Now here you can see that self-awareness. In meditation, the middle is meditation. Now self-awareness is enhanced in post-training. But in detraining period, it has not gone down. You can see. That means the effect was sustained. You can see for your own self. In Shavasana, yes, it got enhanced. But then in detraining period, that means when the training was stopped, now it came down again to the same, almost same level. And also same is with control at the right side of mind. This is self-awareness. Now self-control, automatic self-control. You don't have to do, oh, today I will not eat that thing because it is giving me problem. I will not drink that thing. No, you cannot do that. Automatically you feel like not taking that and you are happy. That's the message. Now here it is meditation. Now in meditation you can see that in the beginning almost all the three were same. It is baseline. But then meditation gave you much more, gave the subjects self-control much more. And then it did not come down in detraining, even when the meditation was stopped after 40 days exactly, it was not much down, almost, but then others you can find the difference. So that is meditation. So one has to make meditation part of life. Now it is motivation to do something. That's a very important thing. That is, worthlessness is the problem we all face. क्या करें, सब कुछ तो है, क्या करें हम, मजा नहीं आ रहा है कुछ लाइफ में, पैसा था कमा लिया, we have done this, we have done this, अब क्या करें? The motivation is gone. Now here you can see that meditation baseline is same, but then in post training, meditation is showing much more motivation, much more, and then it did not come down in detaining. That means effect was sustained. That's very important thing. And then on my right is a control, and here it is Shavasana. So Shavasana done in lying down posture. Also meditation is done in lying down posture. Then what is the effect? Effect of the instructions. Now emotional intelligence is very, very vital demand of the time. The person is very much educated, but he does not know how to deal with others. What is emotional? He cannot or she cannot make a proper assessment of the feelings and emotions of others. Now here meditation helps. You can see that baseline was same almost, you can see. And then post-training, now that is enhanced. And then it got sustained effect afterwards. Now this thing cannot be said either in control and in Shavasana. Now all these records are with me. If you sometimes drop, I can show you the all raw data. Now here, whatever we have seen, let's start with practice. The practice is of eye closure technique. In meditation, we allow things to happen. Eye closure is happening. You're not closing your eyes. How? Just let us start, because we don't have time for demo. So, assume erect posture. Sumam kaya shiro grivam. That is what Bhagavad Gita says. And then this is Dhyana Mudra. Left palm is down, right palm is up. Please assume this, because that would be wonderful for us. And now just look in front of you. Preferably in the line of the spine, when a line of the tip of the nose, when a line is drawn parallel to the ground, look along that line. And at the same time, now, the blinking of eyes should be allowed to take place as usual, normal way, just normal. Sometimes eyes blink every 3 seconds, sometimes 2 seconds, sometimes 7, sometimes just it is open, sometimes like that, normal blinking. But at the same time, you have to feel your body from within. Just feel. In a general way, you have to feel, not proper way, not any methodical way, general way. What is happening within my body? The blinking is going on. Blinking is going on. Just feel the body from within in a general way. General way. So continue with blinking and feeling the body from inside in a general way. Continue. Continue. Slowly, eyes tend to get closed almost automatically. Until that time, please continue with this practice. Feeling whole body from within, and the blinking is normal. As and when they blink, it's okay. You're not doing anything. Now here we are seeing how things happen. Happening is meditation, not doing. You cannot do meditation. Nobody can. It happens. And we are making preparation through this practice. In meditation, we can do only preparation. Meditation actually happens. It is actually misconception when we say, I was doing meditation. No, it's not possible. Therefore, you can see blinking is going on, and you are having something happening in the body, felt happening. And then any moment eyes may get closed. Let it happen natural way. Eye closure. Yes. And once this way eyes are closed, you will notice that you don't have any kind of flickering sensation, disturbances on your eyelids. And eyes are calm and quiet. Otherwise, it is very difficult to keep your eyes closed and without any disturbances on the eyelids. This way, all the disturbances of eyelids would be calmed down. That is. Because in eyes we have two kinds of prana, Dhananjaya and Kurma. And these are handled, and therefore we are calm and quiet, and also mind becomes calm. And now just feel whatever is happening within your whole body. Whatever is happening within your eyes. Some relaxation is there within your eyes. Because you have allowed your eyes to get closed. Therefore, there is some relaxation within your eyes. Some. So you have to feel that, not to imagine anything. Just to feel that relaxation within your eyes. Just continue. Feel relaxation within your eyes. Within your eyes. Continue to feel relaxation within your eyes because it is already there. Therefore, it is easy to feel. Slowly, this relaxation gets spread on your whole face. Maybe a little bit. Continue to feel relaxation on your whole face. And now, if you continue to feel relaxation on your whole face, what happens? Relaxation slowly, not all of a sudden, of course, slowly gets spread throughout the whole body. Now you have relaxation. Remember, whole body relaxation is the watchword. Having relaxation is not of much use. Whole body relax. Because then the healing takes place throughout the body, most wonderful way. Relaxation of the whole body. Entire body, both the legs, both the arms, head, chest, abdomen and back. Relaxation. Continue with it. Relax. Whole body. And if you continue with this relaxation, see what happens. Relaxation becomes deeper. Now continue to remain with that deep relaxation. Somewhere deep silence would happen any moment. Look, this is happening. You cannot do anything. Meditation is not concentration, please remember. It is a misconception throughout the world. Actually, it is not. This is tatra pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Pratyaya means a kind of feel, comprehension. That we have to continue, pratyaya. And these happen two ways. Goraksha Shatak says that there are two ways we have pratyaya. Through upadhis. Upadhis means tangible things. And then tattva, that is atma tattva or some subtle things. Both the way. There are two types of meditation according to Goraksha Shatak. So this is calmness. Now just for half a minute we remain in this calmness. There is a deep silence within and your eyes are now unmoved. Now there is stability and you can feel it. This method would give you calmness of your mind, your body, your eyes. Just for 30 seconds. Just the silence. Just the silence. Just feel middle of your head. This is Ajna Chakra. Just feel the root of your genital. Root. This is Tantra method. Root of your genital and middle of your head. Just feel both, one after the other. Simply, you start feeling something happening at the top of your head. And now top of your head and middle of your head. Just feel both the points. Top of your head, middle of your head. That is Agnya Chakra and Sahasrara Chakra. Middle of your head and top of your head. Just feel both the points, one after the other. You feel something happening at some distance from your head. At some distance. This is individual, subjective. Feel that something happening at that distance and middle of your head. And now watch your breath. Please do not try to change your breath. Whatever is happening with your breath, just continue with it. You are not to make your breath slow. Please remember, if it is faster, continue to feel faster breathing. If it is erratic at this moment, continue to feel erratic breathing. Please remember, these instructions are constructed by our great masters very, very carefully. So don't have any doubt on them. If your breathing is faster, let it be. If it is quicker, if it is erratic, let it be. You have to only feel it. Just feel erratic breathing. If it is slow, okay, fine. If automatically the breath pattern changes, accept that and start feeling that. But you are not making any changes on your own. If your slow breathing becomes all of a sudden faster, it's okay. Feel that way only. But you are not making your quicker breathing slow. No, please. Continue. Slowly you will know that your breath not only becomes slow this way, but it becomes full of awareness. That's the difference. You can make your breathing slow also consciously, but it is useless because it is a force. It is not happening. But this way, if you do, your breath is slow, and that is not much of importance. It should be full of awareness too. And here awareness comes along with slowness of your breath. That's very important. So continue with that slowness, which is full of awareness. What is happening at this moment within your whole body? Some kind of things are there which you cannot express into words. In the whole body, you have some sort of things happening. And you can feel that. But you cannot use words to describe these things. Something is happening, some sort of thing within the whole body. And now we will have very simple Pratyahara technique. Very simple. Pratyahara means so vishaya asamprayoge chitta sarupanukar evendriyanam pratyahara. That means when our senses are weaned away from their object of pleasure or object of attachment. At that time, your chitta or mind becomes calm and your senses start imitating your mind which is already calm. That means your senses also becomes calm. We have this technique, please follow. Your breath is now very slow. Now just feel incoming breath, what it has to do at the tip of your nose. Feel whatever sensations are there as you breathe in and whatever sensations are there as you breathe out. As you breathe in, at the tip of your nose, some sensations are there. Whether you feel or you don't feel, but simply just attend the tip of your nose. Slowly you will know that yes, there are certain sensations happening. Breathing in, tip of the nose, what is happening? Breathing out, tip of the nose, what is happening? And now tip of the tongue. As you breathe in, what is happening at the tip of the tongue? Just feel sensations, whatever. Or some experiences or feelings, whatever. As you breathe in, what is happening at the tip of your tongue? When you attend your tip of the nose, then you have a very proper check, positive check on this sense of olfaction, that is smelling sense or fragrance, sense of fragrance or whatever, whether it is eatable, whether it is anything, you have a positive check. Remember, positive check is not suppression and repression, it is transcending. Normally, whenever we want to control all these things, we fail because we are suppressing. But in this technique, it happens. And then gustatory sense, your taste buds. We are slave to taste buds, we know. Because of that, problems are created. Now, breathing in, tip of the tongue, what is happening? Breathing out, tip of the tongue, what is happening? With this practice, you have a very positive check on your taste buds. You're not slave to taste. Well, enjoying taste is not forbidden, but being enslaved by these is not so good. And now we come straightway to the middle of the throat, where we have uvula, that is small tongue hanging within the throat. And that is associated with our vision. We are enslaved by many visions. No sooner we go home, we just first think of TV and so many good scenes, this and that. We are enslaved. So just feel that uvula. As you breathe in, what is happening there? As we breathe out, what is happening there? We can have positive check on this enslavement. Continue. Breathing in, what is happening there? Uvula. Some sensation, some feeling. And now come to the middle of the tongue. This part is associated with touch sensation. We know we are also enslaved by this. And because of that, meditation is not possible. Not only meditation, but we have lot problems when we are quite enslaved by touch sensation. We always long for it. Well, enjoying this is not bad, but being enslaved is not okay. Some sensation. Continue. As you breathe in, middle of the tongue, not the tip of the tongue, middle of the tongue. And as you breathe out, middle of the tongue. And lastly, we have the auditory sense, that is listening. The root of the tongue is associated with this. As you breathe in, what is happening there at the root of your tongue? Just feel. As you breathe out, what is happening there at the root of the tongue? Just feel. Simply feel how you are feeling exactly. Calmness. Probably never before we have felt this calmness, because now all the senses are almost completely checked, very positive way. And now it is quite easy for you to feel whatever is happening within the body. Your awareness is there within the body. You have some sort of thing happening within the body. You cannot describe it into words. This is our dharana. After pratyahar, we have dharana. So we are maximizing the awareness within the whole body. Now here we can use one dharana also. Let us make use of one dharana. And this is from Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. Very simple again. Whenever I recite Bija Mantra, you have to pay attention on that particular chakra. You have to simply feel, whatever way. It's not the set method is there. For example, when I say Lang, you have to pay attention only on Muladhar. Muladhar, that is base chakra. And it is in between genital and anal sphincter. just in the middle. Just feel that part. And if your attention goes upward, it's okay. But then main emphasis should be in your attention on that part, that is Muladhara. Your attention may go upward, but then you need to remain there at the Muladhara. If it goes upward, no problem. With this practice, we are in fact making our whole inner being, the whole passage of Kundalini activated. But your job is simply to feel in a very general way. Don't be tense. So after this Muladhara, we have Swadhisthana, which is at the root of the genital. Just feel that part. Your attention may go upward, but mainly you have to remain there at Swadhisthana chakra. These are very, very sensitive tantric methods which activate you towards meditation. Now your Nabhi, that is umbilicus. Little below that is the Manipura chakra. And the Bij mantra is Ram. Ram. Remain there at the little below the umbilicus, that is your navel region, Nabhi. Your attention may go a little bit upward, you can feel, but mainly you have to stay there. And now your heart chakra, Yam. Yam. Remain in your heart along with this Yam as I recite. But then if attention goes little upward, automatically, natural way, it's okay. But mainly you have to stay here at the heart chakra. Yam. Yam. Now we come to Vishuddhi chakra. The Bij mantra is Hum. So remain at the hollow of your throat where Vishuddhi chakra is there. It is the center for Akash Tattva. Therefore, when you recite Omkar, now this Vishuddhi chakra, Akash Tattva, is stimulated, and because of that, all other chakras are stimulated. Therefore, Omkar has got tremendous importance. If you feel like having Amin, you can also do the same way. Amin. Or Amen can be done equally well. Amen. So Vishuddhi chakra is stimulated. But here we are using hum as the Bij mantra for Vishuddhi Chakra. Hum. 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 Now we come to middle of our head, inside, that is Ajna Chakra. And for that, Bij mantra is, many people speak, some people say it is Ksham, but it is, many people are unanimous on Om. So we have Om recited, or Amin, or Amen, whatever, whenever we are at the middle of the head. If something happens at the top of the head too, you can attend, no problem. But mainly remain at the middle of the head. Now please come to the Sahasrara Chakra, top of the head. There again we have Bij mantra Om. Something is happening above your head at some distance, fine. Otherwise, remain there at the top of the head. Because we have 8 chakras there, Vyapini chakra, at 12 fingers away. If something happens there, 12 fingers away from the top of the head. But if something happens there, attend. It is from Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. Lord Shiva was the yogi of Tantra, the greatest yogi ever of Tantra. So there you can feel. But mainly remain at the top of the head. Now feel the whole passage that we have already traversed from Mooladhara up to Sahasrara. Just silence for a few seconds only. Just the silence for a few seconds only. And now just come back to your whole body. Within the whole body you have some kind of abstract awareness. Abstract means you feel that some sort of thing is going on within the body. But you cannot use words. Your body is now sensitized. That's the whole thing. When we continue to feel this sensitized body from within, it is dharana of highest order. Feel something happening, which is already happening. You are not imagining. Something is happening within the whole body. Some sort of thing. Pratyahara technique and dharana technique has given this awareness of abstract nature from within. Continue with it. Something is happening throughout the body. Continue. With the legs, something happening. But you cannot describe what it is within both the legs in both the arms, head, chest, abdomen, back. Within the whole frame of your body. Continue. Continue. There is some effect. At this moment, if someone or if some of you feel like lying down, they can do so. Because then it will be Shiv Samhita meditation. If you remain in seated posture, it is still okay. The choice is yours. At this time, you can lie down on your back, but see that your head is towards the camera, so that we have some idea about it. Or if you prefer to remain in seated posture, welcome. So your job is only to continue with something happening throughout the body. That is abstract awareness, which is there, pervasive throughout the body within. There is a space within the whole body, right? And you can feel the space within the body. Your body is maximally pervaded by the space. There is no denying this fact. So feel that space within the body. There is also some air within the body. As you breathe in, you feel air within the body. And as you breathe out, again you feel air within the body, right? And your body expands when you breathe in. You feel that air. As you breathe out, it again gives you more of awareness of the body. Continue. There is some warmth within the body too. Some kind of heat you can feel so. Always, in an abstract way you can feel. Yes. Continue with it. Some warmthness is there within the body. And there is water within the body. You can feel it in an abstract way. Exactly concrete way you cannot feel. But you can just have a feel of it. Yes, water within the whole body. And there is some kind of fragrance of your own body. That is fragrance within your whole body. This is again a Tantra method, whereby we are making use of the Pancha Mahabhutas, that is 5 basic elements. Now you may see that your body is now full of awareness. And what kind of awareness? Abstract. It is our dharana. So let us continue with this, whether you are seated or in lying down posture. Your job is now only to continue with this awareness of abstract nature. Continue with this awareness of abstract nature. And as you continue, just see what is happening, what is the effect like. You will say that, our mind goes here and there, and therefore we cannot keep this awareness intact. It is your question, it is your complaint, I know. For that we can have one very beautiful instruction observed, and that is, whenever you feel your mind has gone out or thoughts are happening, you have to do simply most simple thing on earth. Just feel both the legs and both the arms, all the 4 at the same time. Whenever you feel your mind is going out and you are moving in thought-wise. So continue with this something happening throughout the body. Continue. Your job is this. Continue. Continue. Something. Abstract way. Within the body. Such thing is happening which you can feel, but you cannot use words to describe it. That's very important. But you have to feel. There are many times we have this abstract awareness felt. Whenever we take bath, we have abstract awareness. You cannot simply describe when water falls on your person. You walk in cool breeze outside in summer. You feel good. Can you describe? You cannot. There are so many things. Someone is putting hands on your forehead, you're not feeling well at that time, you feel good. Can you describe that? You cannot. So many times we have such abstract awareness. At this time we have some abstract thing happening in the body. Something. You have to continue. Something. Abstract awareness. Your mind is moving out again? No problem. Put the legs, put the arms, all the four at the same time. Just feel. Put the legs, put the arms, all the four at the same time. Just feel. Maybe you're not able to have all the four limbs together completely felt. No problem. Whatever way, to whatever extent you are able to do that, it's okay. Put the legs, put the arms. And you will feel the whole body awareness from within. That is abstract awareness. So we can continue with this way. Because if we don't continue with dharana, how can meditation happen? Desh bandha chittasya dharana. And when we continue with it, tatra pratyekatanata dhyanam. So continue with this, something happening throughout the body. Some kind of feel of the whole body. Continue. Mind wandering? Put the legs, put the arms. Something is happening. Now look for the effect of it. When you continue with this abstract awareness, feel the effect of it. You feel some soothing effect, right? See, whenever we feel this something happening, it's for sure you have the effect, soothing one. No doubt about it. You can try anywhere. Whenever you come home from your work, just lie down, feel abstract awareness, and you end up in soothing effect. Yes. So continue with this. Something happening throughout the body. Continue. And there is some soothing effect, some good effect, some nice effect. You cannot again describe it, but you can feel it. Remember, meditation has subjectivity, subjective feeling. It cannot be standardized for all. It's you, it's your specific, yours. To feel some soothing effect is there. Now look at that soothing effect within your mind. Just look at that soothing effect within your mind. Just look within your mind, huh? That means you don't have to catch hold of it. Just from distance you have to feel something soothing effect. Now this soothing effect becomes deeper and deeper, and ultimately there is silence within. Just the silence. Now remain in this silence for a minute, that is 60 seconds. Just the silence. If your mind wanders, come back to silence again outrightly. You don't have to go to the whole process. If your mind wanders, straight away you can come to the silence, deep silence. Now once again, just feel Swadhisthana chakra. You know the place, root of your genital, and the middle of the head, one after the other. Just feel these two chakras, Swadhisthana chakra and Ajna chakra. Continue. One after the other. Just feel. Just feel. Swadhisthana chakra. 1. Ajna chakra. Again, 1. Ajna chakra. And now, just feel both the chakras at the same time if you can. Otherwise, continue with one after the other. Both the points at the same time. Just feel. It is possible. What is happening at top of your head? Feel. If you do so, you feel something happening at top of your head. Just feel that part. Now feel top of the head and middle of your head, both. Almost at the same time. Middle of the head. You feel something happening upward and beyond. And now forget about all chakras. Just forget. Simply silence. Nothing else. Only silence. Whether you are seated or in lying down posture, just the silence. Some of you may be having some difficulties. It is natural. So at this juncture, if you have any kind of difficulties, what you need to do is very simple thing. Problems may be any, difficulty may be any, but this very simple thing you have to do. That is, in case of any problem, thoughts are happening, or you are disturbed, or you feel that time is wasted, nothing is there, any difficulties, what you need to do is suspend everything. Only eyes are closed. Even stop this meditation. Yes, I am not going to have meditation. I am simply lying down or simply seated, that's all. Yes, actually you have to do this. Just suspend everything. Suspend this meditation. Stop this meditation. I am not going to meditate here. I am simply lying down or I am seated. And I will allow some time to go by. 1 second. 2. I'm not doing anything. 3. 4. I'm simply allowing some time to go by. 5. Not doing anything. 6. 7. Anytime some soothing effect happens again, go. And then go on watching that within your mind. And there is silence. Now remain in silence again for 30 seconds. If again any problem comes, any problem or problems, what you need to do is just stop everything. That's a simple thing, Nothing can be that simple in the world. Just stop everything. Actually, you have to stop. Oh, I am simply lying down or I am seated. I am not going to do anything. And I simply allow some time to pass by. 1 second gone. 2, 3, 4. I'm not doing anything. 5. Nothing. 6. Nothing. 7. And soothing effect happens anytime. But watching that in your mind. And there is silence. Now just remain in silence for a minute or 2. Just the silence. Just see whatever is happening. You are not doing anything, remember. Just watch. If something happens, watch. Otherwise, remain in silence. These are the 2 important things. If something happens, just follow that. If nothing is happening, just remain in silence. Both are okay. You can make use of this technique any number of times. If any problem is there, just suspend everything. नहीं करना हमें यार, छोड़ो, नहीं करेंगे हम तो सिर्फ लेटे हुए हैं और थोड़ा समय जाने देंगे. बस 1 सेकंड बीता, 2, 3, करना तो कुछ है नहीं भाई, 4, 5, कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए. और सूदिंग इफेक्ट आने लगता है और उसे देखते जाए मने मन. Just go on watching this within your mind. And there is silence. Just remain in silence for last minute of this session. Just the silence. Anytime, you may allow your eyes to get open, take your own time though.